Hey everybody, how's it going today? I am coming to you with a new video. What we're going to be doing today is I'm going to show you how to do a quick, about 10-minute bike wash. My bike's been out ridden in the rain, a couple dirt roads this past few days. It really needs a cleaning. I know you guys can't see it up close here, but it's pretty filthy. Yeah, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's start off with what you're going to need before you start washing your bike. I like to use this Super Bike Wash by Finish Line. It smells really nice, it works really well, I haven't had an issue with it. You're going to need some paper towels or a towel. I like to use these blue shop towels. They're a little more sturdy than normal paper towels, and they can soak up a little more water, and they work really well with scrubbing dirt off. The last thing you need is some chain lube or chain wax, whatever you prefer. You need this because although we're not going to be completely delubing and cleaning the chain and chain rings and all that stuff, you are going to be doing enough where you're going to want to put a little bit back on there. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing that I like to do is I like to go front to back. You start with the cockpit, move down to the front fork, and then move backwards. If you do see me holding my bike wash sideways, it's because it's got a hole in the bottom so it leaks. So like I was saying, you start with the top and you move down and back. So normally in a regular bike wash you would spray the whole bike down with a hose and then dry it off and then use the bike wash. Since we are doing a quick bike wash, we're not going to do that today. What we're going to do is we're going to spray the cockpit with the bike wash, take one of our blue towels, and just start wiping stuff down. This is a really good way to clean your bar tape as well. This bar tape doesn't get particularly dirty, but if you do have tape that's maybe white bar tape, that gets dirty quite easily. It's a really good way to clean your bar tape if you're just looking to clean up what your bike is looking like. So we're all done with the cockpit basically. I do like to grab each cable and just kind of give it a smooth rundown, get it nice and clean. You know, it's not a huge deal, but it is the details that make the bike clean. You always want to make sure to get your head tube really, really nice. Mine is particularly buggy because when I mount my bike on my bike rack, it's a roof rack, so they just get pelted with bugs the whole way. So we're going to move down to the front fork. What I like to do is I like to take the wheel off because that lets you get the inside of the fork very well. So just take the wheel off, spray the fork, take your towel, make sure you get up in between the fork and the inside. Wipe down the brake. It's also a really good time to look at your brake pads. Mine are a little worn, probably could use some replacing. Probably do that sometime soon as well. So once we're done with the fork and the cockpit, we're going to move to the top tube and the seat post. So again, you're just spraying, wiping, making sure if there's anything stuck to your frame, like bugs, anything like that, mud, you're working it off. The reason you want to work from the top, back, and then to the bottom is because most of your grimy, dirty stuff is going to be at the back, bottom half of the bike. So what you do is you do two things. It's easier to clean the top first, and you also avoid putting lots of grime and muck onto the top half that you've already cleaned. So what I like to do once these things start getting a little ratty is I just toss them on the floor, grab a new one. So right now we're just going to do the triangle, so the seat tube and the bottom tube, the down tube, excuse me. Dropped our lube. So we're going to just kind of start working the down tube. And I like to clean my cages as well. These things are pretty beat up, but you want to keep them looking as nice as possible. You want to make sure you get in all of the little cracks. That's why I really like these paper towels, because they're cheap. You can shape them how you want to get in the hard to reach spots. Another thing I really like to do is kind of get down below the bike. It's a really good time to inspect your frame, see if anything's broken or missing or needs replacement. Make sure you get the cable on the bottom of the frame if you have one there. Alright, we'll check on our other side here. So now that you've done the frame, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to clean the wheels. What I like to do first is I just like to grab one of these, spray a little bike wash on it, and then go around the wheel and just simply, not too hard, not too soft, scrub the wheel. You're really just looking to get the brake dust and that stuff off of there. It's also a really good time to inspect your tires, look at them, make sure nothing's wrong with them, make sure they're good to go. And then the other thing I like to do is I like to spray some degreaser on the towel and go in between each cog on the cassette and just get it nice and clean. Just like that. Alright, once you're done with that, cassette will look all nice and clean. You do it on the other wheel and get them back on. So now that we've cleaned our wheels, we've cleaned our frame, we've got basically everything done. The last couple things I like to do is I like to put a little bit of bike wash on the towel. And again, like I said, this is much easier. There we go. Much easier with the wheel on. So we can go ahead and clean off our chain rings. They're nice and clean. Make sure we wipe off any excess residue. We don't want stuff sticking on there. And then what I like to do is, using the same rag, it's okay, go ahead and spray a little bit of degreaser on there. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that rag and gently clean our chain. So we're just holding the rag on the chain. I like to do it once on the top and bottom like this, and once on the sides like that. Make sure you don't pinch your fingers in the wheel. Alright, once that's done, we make sure all our brakes and things are tightened, and all we have to do is put a little lube on the chain, and we're all done. And that's it, guys. So I hope you liked the video. I'll see you next time. If you guys did like the video, it would mean a lot to me if you click the like button. And if you really like the video and want to see more from me, it would help me out a lot if you click subscribe.